back in the world of Dimash. This is The Show Must Go On. This is originally a song by Queen. Freddie Mercury sang this one originally. So we get to hear Dimash cover a Freddie Mercury song, which will be super fun. This is from The Singer in 2017, which is a vocal competition that he participated in. And the rumor is online that these are the recordings where there's been no extra stuff done to his vocals on these ones. It's just him and the mic singing in the competition. So and that's what I want to celebrate. You know, I'm here to celebrate live vocals where possible, raw vocals, vocals that haven't been manipulated or doctored or used any of the latest vocal technologies to enhance them, but it's just a pure raw vocal. I believe that into the future it's going to become more and more complicated to sort through who's messing with their vocals and who's not messing with their vocals. And I love that these are the recordings where Dimash is just straight up singing so we can hear them. Super excited for that. Actually, on that mission, I just did another video that I'm posting exclusively for my members on Patreon where I listened through a bunch of phone recordings of Dimash, just kind of singing backstage, people capturing him singing. It was super fun. So if you want to check out more of my opinions of Dimash's voice, come over and join my Patreon. We've got a mission of trying to grow the channel so that I can support up-and-coming artists. And Dimash is one of the bigger artists I like to react to so that we can build up the channel. So come over, support the mission if that sounds like something exciting for you. All right, here we go. I'm going to listen all the way through without stopping. Then I'm going to go back and give my deep vocal analysis.
Spaces, what I will living for about these places. A wasted nose is cold, holding on. Does anybody know what you're looking for? And not the hero, and not the might describe. We had the good day. In the path to mine, holds a line. Does anybody want to take it anymore? Show must go on. Show must go on. Inside my heart is breaking. My God, my baby flag, but my smile still stays on. Whatever happens, I need it all to change. And as it courage, and as it fed romance, on and on. Does anybody know what you're looking for? Question learning, I must be going now. Some bad journey, what's it calling now? Oh, South Sudan is breaking, but inside things it taking back into be free. Show must go on. Inside my heart is breaking. My makeup baby flagging, but my smile still stays on. Yesterday, we cry, but every time
All right. Dimash! Oh my God. That was amazing. So I don't even want to give my overall summary of it right now. I just want to jump right back in and just start breaking it down. So that's what I'm going to do right now, okay? There's too much to say. It's better to do my stop and start now. All right, here we go. Wow, that was exciting. Love the strings.
Empty spaces, what I will living for.
All right, so he's starting off so light right now.
Found these places, a wasted nose is cold, holding on. Does anybody know what you're looking for?
All right, so how would we describe his tone? How is he singing at this point here? To do that, we kind of have to break down all of the movable parts of the voice. What are the movable parts of the voice? Well, we've got the openness in the back of our throat. That has a big impact on the change of our tone. We've got vibrato. How much vibrato do we use? Or straight tone. That's a big thing in the voice. We also have whether it's breathy or whether it's brassy and metallic sounding. We also have the gritty things that we can do in our voice. We have all of these movable parts in our voice. Then we have how much air pressure we can add. You know, we can add lots of air pressure or little amounts of air pressure. These are a lot of the variable things that we have in our singing. So what's he doing right here? Right here, he's got a decent amount of vibrato, more vibrato than you would normally have in this type of a song. This is, like a rock pop type of a song. He's got a little more vibrato in his voice than a normal pop singer would. He also doesn't have very much compression. Compression is the lateral cinching of the voice that gives it that rock edge. He does a couple times in the song activate that, but he doesn't have that very much here. See if you can notice that.
Does anybody know what you're looking for?
So he's not going to, anybody know what we are looking for? He's not squeezy like that, like the way that Freddie Mercury sings a lot of the time. He's doing his own thing with it, which, as you know, that's a Dimash thing, to do your own thing. He mixes all these styles together.
And not the hero, and not the might describe.
Now he's got this depth of tone he's activating here, and he's using vocal fry. Did you hear that? Listen to that. I love this part of his voice.
Hero, and not the might describe. We have included in the pantomime.
So he's getting brassy, and then he's letting the airflow happen in his voice. So he's a little bit brassy at times, which he's got his vocal folds adducted and he's got them thickened. When we make our voice brassy, when we get that metallic tone in our voice, we've activated the thyroarytenoid muscle and we have lots of adduction or closure of the vocal folds. So he's got a decent amount of that. When you do vocal fry, that's basically what you're doing. You're just closing the vocal folds before you're actually putting energy into the sound. And he's using that as an effect here to put a little grit on his tone.
Describe, we had the curtain in the pantomime. Holds the line to set
Lots of vibrato.
Want to take it anymore.
So he's got a lot of vibrato here, almost more like the way you would hear an opera singer. And he's got a lot of openness in his sound too. Again, more operatic than pop rock.
Show must go on.
So that sound right there. Show must go on. His larynx was higher. In the first part of the song, he was opening his throat a little bit, which was giving that depth of tone. On that note, he let his larynx elevate slightly. Show must, and it made his tone a little bit thinner, a little bit more in the contemporary music world right there. Still has a decent amount of vibrato, does not have a lot of grit yet. He's not doing the grit effect on his voice.
Show must go on.
There's a little bit of lateral squeeze on that tone. Compression is when you just put a little bit of squeeze on the voice. At a low level of compression, you don't have the distortion. You don't get that activated. So he's got just a teeny bit of squeeze, which gives angst to the tone. teeny bit of squeeze.
Inside my heart is breaking. My makeup may be breaking, but my smile.
I love his use of air for effect. That wind sound. He goes from wind to metal all the time, very fluent.
Still stay so.
We call that mixing.
Whatever happens, I need it all to change.
Hear that tone quality change? He got brassier, punchier. The chords closed, more air pressure.
That's a cottage, that's a fat romance. On and on, just anybody know what you're looking for.
So right there, we got some of that grit. Did you hear that? That was the first moment where he really activated his compression technique. When you compress your voice and you squeeze it laterally in the space above your larynx, which is called a pharynx, when you do that compression, that's when you get those extra vibratory surfaces active in your voice. He's not really doing it much in the song, except on that note he does on the top. It would have been cool to hear him do a little bit more. I'm excited to hear him activate that part of his voice. I reacted to him singing the Lose Control cover, the Teddy Swims song that he did a duet with Shantae Moore, and he wasn't that gritty there either. I would love to hear him use a little bit more of that false chord activation in his sound sometimes.
On and on, just anybody know what you're looking for.
Yeah. Most people in the classical world of voice are afraid of making those false chord sounds because it sounds like, oh, that could hurt my voice. But when you understand that technique really well, you realize it doesn't hurt the voice at all. In fact, you kind of are protecting the voice a little bit when you make that sound because the pressure buildup is post vocal fold. It's at the cinching, not at the vocal fold. And I don't want to get too deep into that, but just know that when you make a gritty sound correctly, it's not hard on your vocal cords.
I must be going now. Some bad journey. What's it calling now? Oh, so down is breaking, but inside things it taking back into be free.
So now, his English right here could use a little tuning up. But the thing is, I don't care about that. I have been a singer in a foreign country singing their language for them, and it's hard. If you followed me, you know that I've sung many styles over the years, opera, jazz, rock and roll, and I can say I've sung in Germany for a German audience, and I used to be obsessed with, like, how do I make my accent sound like I'm not an American? And they're like, Tim, do you know how easy it is for you to tell in English if someone is not American or English first speaking? And I'm like, yeah, I can tell after like 2 words. And they're like, it's the same for us. Let it go. Don't worry about it. Do the best you can on the accent, but don't worry about it. Like, we can enjoy your singing even though your accent isn't perfect. And that's how I feel about people singing English when it's not their first language. Like, I can definitely appreciate that. I love the idea of exposing this to my American subscribers and American followers so that we can embrace it. You know, that being said, he could use a little more work on his English here. This isn't his best English singing that he's done, but like I said, I can appreciate it. So anyway, let's keep going.
Show must go on.
Yeah.
Show must go on.
The ring he has in his voice. Oh, I would love to hear him on the Metropolitan Opera stage one day singing maybe like La Bohème, something like that, like a really traditional, well-known opera, just wailing away. I'd love to hear what his voice sounds like up against the other pro opera singers. I think that would be really fun. Dimash, if you're watching this, do an opera at the Met someday. That would be amazing.
Inside my heart is breaking. My makeup may be breaking, but my smile still stays on.
right, we got to break some of that down there. Oh, that was so good. See, he's definitely singing live right there. You can absolutely see. Here's one of the ways that you can always tell if something's live. When you look at the singer, if they have vibrato on a note and their mouth is wide open and their tongue is not moving, that's a problem. Notice his tongue was just moving up and down a little bit there. That's because that's what's happening inside of the larynx. There's a slight reverberation of the muscles that lower the larynx, and they kind of bob with the vibrato. Like if you were able to see in the camera, you could see, maybe you can see, hold on, I'll see. So yeah, you can see my larynx was moving right there. The tongue, your tongue goes down the back of your throat and attaches to that. So when your larynx is moving with vibrato, your tongue should be doing that too because it's attached to that thing. So that's one of those ways we can tell if someone's actually singing or not. Is there a little teeny bit of movement if you're looking right down their throat? And we could totally see that. I want you to notice when he goes into his countertenor singing, we'll call it, that voice. Notice how he's using more ohs and ahs to get into it. He covers it. He opens the back. When he's singing more in his contemporary brassy poppy tone, he's more of this like, why? He's more of this like lateral vowel pathway. And this is a great example of how vowels can put you on a path with your voice. Bright vowels, ahs and as, keep you more in the thickened, brassy tone of your voice. Covering vowels, ohs and oohs, will make your voice go into more of a hooty, head voicey, released, thickened tone. And he's really good at using his vowels to change how he's using his tone quality. And you can hear him do that right here. Very lateral. Now he changed. But if you notice on the tippity top highest notes, he opened up. Once you get to the extreme high part of the falsetto, up in that beyond flageolet register, you're way up there, almost near like whistle tone stuff. You do want to change back to bright vowels. So what vowels you choose in your registers, depending on where you are in the pitch range of your voice, have a huge impact on how you move between registers and the tone quality that comes out of it.
My song is painted by the wings of butterflies. Friendly chance of yesterday, we come on every time.
There was a little compression right there. He had a little lateral squeeze. Not so much that we got gritty, but he did have some lateral squeeze there. Listen to that.
Friendly chance of yesterday, we come on every time. I can fly.
Wow. So on the middle note that he was going up to, no compression. Then he had compression on the top. You can hear it. He turned it on and turned it off. Typically when we sing contemporary commercial music like pop rock songs, we don't want to vary our compression too much, or at least that's what people in the genre of contemporary rock commercial music do. They don't like, they're not gritty and then back to gritty again. They're kind of set their grit all the way through a song. We know that that's not Dimash's thing. He's all about diversity of vocal techniques within a song style. So he's kind of all over the place with it here. Listen. That was compressed. Not compressed. Compressed, the top note. Wow. Oh! He jumped to his knees like that. Ew. No, don't do that anymore, Dimash. That scares me. I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's one of my hobby obsessions, and I want to protect my knees. Like, what? No, that's scary. So super brassy. I call that range compressed falsetto. Some people use the term flageolet. I like compressed falsetto because it's like, it's squeezy. Like that top note is squeezy. It's got a little brass in it, a little wind in it. So now we're into the countertenor register. Oh, that's so hard to do what he just did right there. Straight tone to vibrato on a high power note. It's one of the hardest vocal coordinations to do. And he did it there too. All right, we got to go back and hear that high note one more time. Listen to that. So he was straight tone up there, pretty open throat, had some brass on it, had wind, straight tone. Then he moved up a little bit, pulled the mic away for a second, came back down, activated vibrato. This was a really impressive vocal. Really impressive. Let's hear that. All right. Wow. Dimash is amazing. Oh, more Dimash. I'm going to react to all of the performances from the singer. I love them. I'm going to react to his other stuff too. It's just sometimes I can hear a little bit of that, the extra, digitization of the voice. And I don't love that, he's got such a gorgeous voice and a beautiful technique. He doesn't need any post-production. So, I love the idea of hearing more and more of just his pure voice. So, going to check that more out. And also, too, don't forget, if you want to come over and support the mission of this channel and join me, and you can also bend my ear a lot, too, if you join my Patreon on the next songs I react to, because that's where I get most of my ideas these days for songs I react to. I still read these comments, but, I got some really dedicated people who are helping me pick songs over there. So if you want to join this mission, come over and join me. I also am releasing that video where I listen through to the phone recordings of Dimash over there, so you can check that out, okay? All right, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this one, subscribe, click notifications to stay up to date. If you need voice lessons, I have a link to my website in my description. I have an amazing team of voice teachers that teach with me in person around the Manhattan tri-state area. We also have students all over the world online, so don't hesitate to sign up with us. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in my next one. Cheers.